Hey everyone, welcome to episode number 39 of the New Slang Podcast. I'm Thomas Mooney, the editor of New Slang here in Lubbock. And this is the second episode of the week. If you didn't listen to the first episode that came out on Tuesday, that was with Zach Wilkerson. This episode right here is with Grant Gilbert. He's a young up-and-coming singer-songwriter from Lubbock. And he was on the 806 singer-songwriter retreat that happened, I guess, 2 months ago or so, a month and a half ago. So we talk about that a whole lot, about what he's learned from the Lubbock region, why he came to Lubbock, and like really what he's trying to get to now, like what he's working on his next record and everything that goes along with that. So yeah, that's basically what this episode's going to be. Just a plug, I guess. If you go over to Wide Open Country, I just recently published a piece on Chris Stapleton's new record. If you read the Turnpike Troubadours Listener's Guide that came out back in October, that's pretty much what this is. This is a listener's guide to Chris Stapleton's From a Room Volume 2. It connects all the little dots between really like Volume 1 and Volume 2, and like the songwriters who Stapleton had worked with on this record, and kind of like those major themes that ran through both Part 1 and Part 2. And I don't know, it was really interesting really doing like a deep dive on Stapleton's song catalog, because I mean the guy has like over 100 cuts that show up on other people's records. So it was going back through there, seeing who he's written with most. So yeah, anyways, that's on Wide Open Country. If you don't follow me on social media, you can follow me on Twitter at _newslang. We can talk about music and, I don't know, growing up in West Texas, that kind of stuff. Here's this interview with Grant Gilbert. So what'd you think of going out on the 806 songwriter retreat? I think we need to come up with a better name for all that stuff, but
yeah.
What'd you think?
I had a blast. I mean, it was great getting to hang out with all those guys, and my first time to meet a bunch of them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so it was great being in the group text and then getting to actually meet them and get to know their personalities. Yeah. It was a blast. So.
Was there some shell shock, I guess, from like, had you met, I know like at 4th of July, you had said you had never met Will before.
Uh-huh.
And then you met him there, obviously. But then, like, had you met Josh before, or like?
No, not besides at my birthday party. And it was just for half a second singing on stage. So, and that was all pretty blurry anyways. So it was really cool to get to meet those guys and meet the ones that you've looked up to for so long and be a part. A small part anyways.
Yeah, I forgot about, because your birthday party was the night of Jab Fest.
Yes.
And I remember when Will and Parker and them came over, we were out in the back, and they were coming through the backside.
Uh-huh.
And they asked who was playing, and they're like, Grant's playing. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I remember him and Will being like, hey, you know what we should do? We should get on stage with him just to, just to sing a song. We'll just figure something out.
Yeah.
And I didn't know they had done it. Like, I was somewhere else.
Uh-huh.
And then, of course, like the next day, there's a photo, and it's like, oh, well, what the fuck was that even playing?
What happened? No, I mean, quickly after that, I was wondering what happened, too. So, it was a blast, and they couldn't have been nicer to me. So, it was just going on the camping trip, like, I remember when Ringling Road came out, waiting for it, and remember hearing Caroline for the first time, and that's been 6 years ago, probably, maybe?
Something like that, maybe 6, 7.
That was
maybe,
right when I was starting to really get into the Texas music thing and have interest in it.
Yeah.
And it was just really cool.
Yeah.
So.
They put you on the spot right at the very beginning of the trip. You're the first person to play a song.
And I'm not like the first guy at the party to whip out the guitar or anything,
Yeah.
And so I'm always kind of reluctant, and they put me on the spot. I was like, dadgum, I don't have any songs I want to show these guys,
Yeah.
But it was really cool, and I had a blast doing it. And cooking steaks with tongs over the fire.
I forgot about that. That's the thing is like the Wide Open Country piece. They were like 900 words, no more. And I think it ended up being like 1,000, something like that. But there's so much shit that I had to cut out, obviously.
Oh yeah,
and not necessarily that I would write about you trying to reheat a steak over an open flame with a pair of tongs over a campfire.
Yeah,
but like that stuff like that. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
that
I mean,
really
I was in dire straits, late at night. But yeah, Will's like, why is this song so funny? And while he's playing, I was cooking my steak back there, more like my hand, but it was cool.
So. Well, see that that's where, I guess like that night we were sitting around the campfire. They're passing the guitar around, and like right behind the guitar is that big full handle of Jack Daniels.
Oh yeah,
and that thing passed around probably twice as fast. I guess like the loop of the guitar was like going once, and within that one loop there would be like 3 passes of the Jack Daniels. That was
yeah, and the circle just kept getting smaller and smaller with the Jack Daniels too. Before long is gonna hit us hard. I don't think I've ever done so many Jaeger bombs in my life.
Yeah,
with those guys. But I mean, Charlie Shafter, he was cracking me up the whole time. I don't know what it.
Yeah, that was one of those things. Did you think like, oh shit, what have I gotten myself into?
I mean, I was
at that point, like where we're just.
Yeah, I mean, but like it was just great. Like everybody was nice and chill. Like I wasn't sure what to expect going into the thing, being the 10 years younger than most of them. But it was really fun. They were welcoming.
Yeah,
can't thank them enough.
Did you learn anything? Was there anything that you just felt like? Did you walk away from there feeling, that you learned something?
Yeah, I mean, like I always feel like I'm learning to write, and I can't just sit down and write a bunch of songs. Like I'll sit and think on one for forever, and I really enjoyed getting to write with Brandon, with BA. I mean, just sitting down and hearing his thinking process and how he does it. We never came out with a real song, but we sat and brainstormed. I learned a lot just listening to him throw ideas out and how his process works.
Yeah, and I think that's like the thing that probably people should be most surprised about when it comes to songwriting and co-writing, just is that it's not, hey, you throw out a line, I throw out a line, you throw out a line, I throw out a line, and we're done. We figured out a song.
Yeah,
these don't come out like in an hour or 30 minutes or anything like that. And it's like a lot of give and take and trying to figure out what the hell you're wanting to say with the song.
Like Cleto and Randall and I, we sat down and I mean, it's kind of everybody's from kind of the opposite end of the spectrum. We could never really get anything to mesh. I mean, we threw out ideas and kind of came away with something, but nothing worth, keeping,
Yeah.
But
that's where, like, I go back and forth because I know, like, Will, I think, like, everyone comes to the table on that serious about songwriting. If you can get a song out of that trip or 2 songs or whatever the case is, the beginnings of a song, it's worth it. But also at the same time, like, the friendship and just like hanging out with other musicians and being able to just like get away from the not necessarily like the 9 to 5 of songwriting and being a musician, but getting away from like that schedule and being able to relax with people.
And where it's kind of hard to get service and just taking a trip and getting away. I enjoyed it. I mean, just getting away from Lubbock. I mean, I love Lubbock, but like there's times you just want to get out for a little while, and so it was great to go out to Melody Mountain Ranch and sleep on the stage, just on the floor in the sleeping bag. So I can't complain. It was a blast.
See, I that's the thing too, is like everyone was complaining how cold it was and like how miserable it was sleeping outside, and I like slept fine. I was like, just perfectly fine by myself in my tent, just out. I guess like Cleto slept way far from everyone else, but I was fine. I wasn't cold. I wasn't like.
I mean, by the end of the first night, Charlie Shafter was on the floor in the bar because his tent blew down.
Yeah,
I can't remember what he called his tent, but Shafter's headquarters or something.
Shafter's, I guess Shafter's quarters, something like that. Yeah.
No, but I enjoyed all those guys. So
yeah,
and then I got to write with Josh, and we came away with that song, and I'm excited to get into the studio and record that. So
yeah, have you played it for your band and everything?
Yeah.
What did they think?
they really like it. I mean, we have to do some tweaking on some of the words because it came out a little bit more than PG-13, you know. But we were going for something kind of edgy, you know. But we got to dial it back just a little bit. So
yeah, have you guys worked up a full band piece of it, or
we're working on it? It's not ready to go live, but in rehearsals we've been playing it. So yeah. As soon as we get time and hopefully get Scott in to do some pre-production on it.
Yeah,
get it lined out.
You know, last few times I've talked with you, you've spoke about, you know, like this upcoming record that y'all are gonna do. It's gonna be with Scott Ferris,
yes,
who of course like done Flatland and a bunch of other artists, obviously. But what was it about Scott that really just made y'all gravitate towards?
I mean, just it's such a nice studio. I mean, the live room and everything in there is great. And then our drummer is Scott's right-hand man and works under him. So we kind of have that connection. And just I really like the way he puts songs together. And he really tries to find space within the songs and not feel like it's just stacked with chords or too much of one thing. Like he wants to have space. And we really need that as a band. I mean, we kind of get up there and just, you know.
Yeah.
So we need I don't know, upper knowledge to get us.
Yeah.
I don't know the word for it, but just to help us out, you know.
Yeah, the guidance.
Yeah, to help us grow as a band and as musicians and players and everything. So
yeah.
So that's what we're trying to do, become the best we can be as a band, live and in the studio. So
yeah. Is that going to be like a full album, or are you guys going to go EP
going for the full length? I got to fish out another 2 songs or so, but I really want the full length. I know in the modern day, like financially and everything, EPs make more sense, but I really want to get the full artistic and everything. Just have I want a well-rounded record is what I'm really going for.
Yeah.
So
you know, I was one of my buddies. I guess there was like a little bit of somebody had brought up the EP versus the full length on Twitter the other day. One of my buddies messaged me and said, you know, that everyone thinks that the EP is, you know, more, I guess, financially responsible. It's a little bit more easy to do. But in reality, doing a full-length record is not that much more. Like, you get more out of, I guess you get, like, more bang for your buck out of doing a full length. You know what I mean? Because you're going to be at the studio anyways. And if you're able to crank out the songs that if you already have the songs ready and if you're prepared, you're going to be able to get it done with just a little bit more time, you know.
Yeah. But I wish we could have the money and the ability to go in, like, say, like Turnpike does, and go to, you know, go to California or Carolina or wherever they go and sit for 40 days. And because I mean, those guys are great in my opinion. But like, I don't know, it's for us, we have to take out a loan and, you know, work and still pay on it for the next 2 years. And with the full length, it helps with the longevity of it. You know, we can play those songs and it adds to our set. So that's another thing I really want to do is have that, is get away from some covers.
I think that, like, everyone takes the full length more serious.
I agree.
Like 100%. Just on the fan base, the whatever kind of press, you know what I mean? And obviously if you're like going to radio, you're pushing singles. So it really doesn't matter, I guess, as far as EP or full length. But any kind of like publication takes you a lot more serious with a full length idea, you know.
And what's the limit for the full length? Is it 9 or 8?
Honestly, it doesn't even matter like how many songs or nothing like that. Yeah, I've seen like full lengths, 8 songs, or like look at like Sergil's last record. I think that was 9 songs. But what's more to it being a full length is it's like a full idea, you know? And of course there's like 8-song EPs too, you know, but like maybe that's just a little bit more of a ragtag bunch of songs versus, you know, an idea of like a concept for a record.
Yeah, and I really appreciate when I can listen to an album all the way through and it kind of come full circle, you know? I mean, like the EP I can go through and it's just like, that song's cool, but I feel like they're from everywhere. And then when it's a record, I feel like it just comes full circle and they all fit together better.
Yeah. See, and the thing is, I love, there's some EPs out there that I love, but they all feel like they just end too quickly. And you're just like, by the time you're on like song 4, like you're into it and then it just ends and you're on like, you know, you have to hit repeat or something or whatever. But Yeah, I think like the full length is the good idea to go. Obviously,
that's what I would love to do, and that's what we're gonna go for if we can do it. I don't want to throw any just filler songs. I want to stay away from that. But like, as long as we can get hopefully 10, I would love to have 11. That one good slow, almost acoustic track. I really want one of those, but we'll see what we can do. But we're in pre-production right now and trying to get the ball rolling. So really excited.
Well, what is what is like the I guess like the breakdown on the new record as far as like. Have you written all this stuff? Obviously, you've got the one with you and Josh, but
there's the one with Josh and I, and then I think we're gonna call the title track and name the record Hub City Shakedown.
Okay.
And that's one that 3 or 4 of us in the band have all written, and our lead guitar player Morgan, he had a really heavy hand in that one, and he had like the riff and everything, and it's turned out really nice, and we've done the pre-production for that one, and it's pretty much ready to go. But and it's kind of the end of the show live,
Yeah, I've seen it, but
so I'm excited to get that out, and really, I don't know, just kind of have the Hub City type feel to it.
Yeah,
and it kind of has the feel of like the 1930s, 40s.
Yeah,
so I kind of want to go with that for the whole record in a way, like a theme type thing.
But, yeah, that's one of those things. Okay, I'll backtrack. I guess is like everyone always asks me. Well, who's the next people who are coming out of Lubbock? And typically my answer is like, well, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't want to say somebody and then like that person just not pan out or whatever, And it's also something that I think a lot of people always go, well, I don't know if like Lubbock's going to deliver again, kind of thing, because I guess like after Will and like Kenneth O'Meara, and that like Brandon Adams kind of that bunch, like it was kind of a break between like the next people coming up, and of course then now it's dumb to think because it's like Flatland, Dalton, Randall, Benton Leachman, like that bunch, right? You're in that next class. Like what's been like songwriter night to you, and like what do you think like you have like some contemporaries that are coming up with you?
I mean, yeah, I really enjoy like a lot of the girls from South Plains. I think they're really doing well, like Kenna Danielle and Morgan Rutherford, and also Dylan playing guitar for us. He's writing some really good songs, and he's about to start recording his EP. I think he's waiting on the wheels to turn. Like everything's ready, the pre-production's done. You just have to go record, and I mean, he's writing really good songs, honestly.
Is he going to do that with Scott as well, or what's his plan?
Yeah, he was going to go with Scott before we were.
Okay.
And then it all just kind of fell into place, and, it all happens. But he's really writing some good ones, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah. Does he have, like, since he also plays guitar, like lead guitar, or I don't know if you guys have, like, dual lead or what you guys technically call it.
Yeah.
But does he have, like, the two brains, like where like he's thinking like lead guitar stuff and then also songwriter lyricism and whatnot?
Yeah, I mean I think he's more of the songwriter thought. Like I think that's going on in his head a lot more than the lead guitar. I mean, because I would rather sit down and write songs and play those than play just guitar, and I kind of think he does that. But I mean, right now I guess he enjoys doing what we're doing, so we're sticking it out, and hopefully have some good things in the works in the next. Should know in the next week some good things. So hopefully. Yeah. So yes, sir. But I'm excited, and I think Dylan's going to do really good things.
Yeah.
So just got to stick with it.
So how'd you break it? Let's get back to the 806 thing though.
Okay.
How'd you break it to like your buddies and like other dudes in the band? That
I sent him we played with Will, and then at the Fourth Arm Broadway thing, and then I was up in Colorado on vacation. Like we left the next day. And I was sitting in this little diner in Durango eating breakfast, like eating my hash browns or whatever, and I get a DM from Will. I'm like, what? Why is he?
Yeah.
And then I read it, and he said, hey, text me. And I was like, okay. And I just sent that to him, and I was like, that come,
Yeah.
And then he added me to the group text, and they just thought it was really cool. Just to like, I don't know, we played Blue Light and worked hard. And I mean, we've only been up here for 2 years or so, three, and we've been working hard and playing shows. I mean, and it's paying off a little bit,
Yeah.
I don't know what you call paying off. It feels like it's getting better.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell from the inside out sometimes.
Yeah, I think like that's one of those things where no matter when you're in the moment, when you're in the, it's not until years later that you realize, oh, well, things actually were getting better. Like you see the progress, and obviously you guys have been doing the work. Because I remember like y'all, I remember the first songwriter competition that you signed up with. I don't even know if you made it.
I didn't make the finals the first time. Yeah,
like, and I feel like that's a lot of people have done that. Where, of course, you see some people who just.
For me, I didn't make it.
Well, not even necessarily that, but like just stop playing. Stop coming to Monday nights or whatever the case is. But
yeah, and see, like some people, they'll like text me and be like, I can't get gigs or whatever, and like, or why is this not working? Like I remember I had a spiral on every venue or anything in Lubbock I had written down, and just willing to play for anything for free or whatever. And then we would get a gig here, and then that would lead to another one, and and then it just kind of started rolling. And we would come to songwriter night, and they gave us, I think the first time we played was a Sunday, and then about a year and a half ago, last October, we played a Tuesday for like 15 people.
Yeah.
And then we played it one more time for another 15 people, and then our album came out, and we put a few in, and then a couple times after that, it's been good crowds. So
yeah, that's the thing is like I always tell people is, you really have to start on Monday, and then you graduate to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and like what your plan should be is like, you want to work all the way down the week, and then hopefully work back across the week, because like that means you've been able to pull in people on a Tuesday. You know what I mean? Exactly.
And like when it works for your routing, eventually, play Tuesday, so But I mean, got a long ways to go. But yeah, I mean, we just have gone to work and tried to talk to anybody that'll listen to us or give us a chance, and if we get an opportunity, try to make the most of it every time.
Yeah.
So
of course, like you guys have been. It seems like every weekend y'all are out on the road now,
and that's all us booking right now, and it's starting to move away. So like supposed to go up and get some things worked out soon. So
yeah,
excited about that.
How was Cody, Canada last night?
It was
you guys
great.
Played in Amarillo. Yeah,
we didn't get to meet them. I mean, they're on the bus, and then at Hoots it's just a really small side stage, so we tried to get our stuff out and cleared out of there. But I mean, we've been playing. We played with the Stragglers 2 weeks ago, and just kind of been getting some good support slots, and those do a lot for us. I mean, just helping us get in front of people like Dalton a few months ago gave us a good spot in Drinko, after Wade Bowen, and then after that we just have kept a good crowd here since then, and that does a ton for us. Dalton's helped us out a lot. Randall has, just the guys giving us a shot,
Yeah.
And I can't think of enough. And like, if we ever get to the situation like to where we could do the same, I mean,
Yeah.
So just trying to.
I think that goes back to just the 806, like camaraderie thing.
And if you feel like you're supposed, like you have a duty to write the best songs you can. You don't want to throw out anything bad because you want to represent Lubbock the best you can. And carry the torch, as they say sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I think like it's important to write the best songs possible and never kind of like. I don't know. Sell yourself short. I won't say like sell out, but I'll say like sell yourself short.
Yeah, you have to sing that for the rest of your life if you do it that long.
But then also it's important to remember the people that reach down and help you pull you up.
Yeah,
to like return the favor at some point.
Important. I mean, and just remember where you come from more than anything.
Yeah.
My dad always tells me, remember who you belong to. I'm like, God, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but see, that's good parenting right there.
Yeah.
And so don't get above your raisin and stuff like that.
And he's a school superintendent. My mom's a high school counselor, so I had to be on my best behavior to a certain degree. Yeah. You better go out of town if you don't.
What do they think about all this?
They're really supportive, but I mean, it's like they're supportive, but it's like it's your baby. Just get out of school, just graduate, and then do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But
it's still like. We're supporting you on this, but it's still like the second most important part. Basically,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they'll come to some shows. They've come up to Blue Light once or twice, I think, and I think coming up to Calfry next week. But they support, and but like the financially thing, like we have to take out loans, like that's all, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's worth it. I mean, you have to earn it.
Yeah.
You know? So.
I mean, that's one of those things is like no one, like even the best band or the bands that you think are the greatest bands, they've all been in this position too. Like no one, you know, played a show and then, or very rarely do people play shows where there's an A&R guy in the crowd and he signs you to a.
That doesn't happen, you know?
That's not necessarily
the
track for most people.
I mean, I don't know if there is such thing as an overnight success, really. I mean, kind of. Not really.
I mean, like, I think, like, even the overnight success, there's probably been a shit ton of fucking work put in.
Yeah, you got to, it's not going to happen if you're not putting in the work. Like, I was talking to somebody the other day, and I remember back 2 or 3 years ago, we would play 8 to 12 in the worst bar that would, you know, and we would do that, and we had to set up our own PA, and, you know, now when you have a good show, you really appreciate it, and then from setting up, say, your PA or something, you know how to work and talk to a sound guy that's working, you know? Yeah. So you learn the hard way, but it's necessary, honestly.
Yeah.
So
that's interesting, too, is like the podcast that we did with Wade, he was talking about back in the day how really something that put him, you know, a step ahead of other folks was just having his own PA. Because, like, back then, no places had fucking PAs.
That's how we used to get gigs back around the Fort Worth area. When we got up
like
here,
even like a place like Blue Light used to, like, when they, I guess, like pre-Blue Light, early Blue Light, you know, that kind of stuff. Or bars that you would think that would have PA stuff didn't. And so, like, having that just opened so many extra doors, you know.
Yeah, and I remember starting out. We'd play somewhere, and they'd be like, "Yeah, we have PA." We'd like, you'd want to bring your own, you know, even though they had a speaker, you know. Yeah. So I mean, it's good to get out of that eventually, but it's good. It's good for you, in my opinion. Yeah. But we still have a lot of, I don't know. They're like, now y'all got to hit the road. I mean, now we have to get out and go play the shows 3 nights a week, 4 nights a week. So that's kind of our next step. Yeah. And then getting ready to record and put out a new record more than anything. So. I don't know. I told myself I want to do. My goal for the last record was to be able to record another one. Yeah. And so now we're still here. So still going strong. Yeah. So.
No one told you to stop.
Yeah.
No. Okay, that's enough.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's like I had this joke about like the encore. Like everyone always thinks that like when people start chanting one more song, it's a great thing, but it's like that's just relative. It depends on when they start chanting that. Is it good? You could be like 2 songs into your set, and they're like just one more song, and it's obviously
please be done. Yeah,
but so you're super young. Yeah. What did you? I guess like how were you introduced to? I guess music on a regional level. Like, what was your first time you listen to somebody that you know that you could go and see?
Yeah. I guess the first time that I ever got the first person that really got me into music was my parents were big Jerry Jeff Walker fans, like Jerry Jeff Walker, you know, and my first concert was Jerry Jeff at Green Hall. Yeah. And he was, and I was like, I just remember watching, I was like, I could do that, you know. And
how old were you?
9. Yeah. 8, 9, and they put me in guitar lessons, you know, and I quit, you know. I was like, this is too hard. It's dumb. I don't like it. And so I quit, and then I just kind of got back into it one day, and they put me, I got some lessons again, but I didn't stay with it very long. Then just started teaching myself, and then I didn't know that the Texas country regional Oklahoma thing existed. All I knew was Jerry Jeff, Gary P. Nunn, or like Farron Young and Johnny Bush, like classic shuffle beat stuff. And then I was hearing all my friends talk about the Texas music, and I was like, that's just bad. Like, I didn't think it was good because like what I had heard I didn't like because it wasn't like that. And then I started digging in, and the Live at Billy Bob's albums really got me going. I don't know what it was about him, like the Jason Bollins and the Stoney LaRue's and all that stuff really just got me. And the Live at Green Hall with Jerry Jeff. Yeah. So those live albums really got me going.
Yeah. I think that's like something that when you're I guess like growing up in that 16 to 20 age, you're so young that sometimes you're not able to appreciate like the record, and so obviously you're too young to go to a show, to a bar, and for some reason like those live records are like gateway records.
Yeah, you can feel the energy
like
to a degree.
There's that's I guess like what it is like you can feel the energy, and there's like this raw emotion that that's easier to understand than maybe like highbrow lyricism, or you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because there's so many people I've talked with who have all mentioned, live records. That's like one of those things like Will was saying, how one of the main reasons why he wanted to do that live record at Green Hall was because records he had heard from Green Hall.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of my goals, like one day to be able to record a live record, maybe.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Nobody tells us to quit,
Yeah. That's like, I think like the live album is maybe like it's been underutilized in music in a lot of ways. I mean, like, obviously we just said, Billy Bob's, Green Hall. There's a lot of records like that. But as far as live albums go, there's sometimes like I think there's more ways to do a live album. There's more exploration than just doing your regular set, or like there's a really great record where it's Steve Earle and Guy Clark and Townes Van Zandt, where they're song swapping at the Bluebird Cafe. Like, obviously that's acoustic, and I think like that's a great idea. I love the idea of say like a band like American Aquarium or Will, just a big rock and roll band. Yeah. But then like them stripping away everything and just doing an acoustic live record. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. You can just feel it to me more.
Yeah.
And that's I don't know. You don't want to play music with no emotion, and and that's why some of those songs, they just bounce. I mean, I don't listen to a lot of stuff just because I want to feel like I'm there a lot, But I mean, yeah, it was those live albums that got me into it, and then I don't know if I enjoyed listening to records. I don't even think I had a record player then, but for my birthday I got like some Boston records and just the old stuff from my parents. And
see, like Boston's first record is like one of the best records I've ever fucking heard.
I was looking through it, and it had like the hits, like the first 4 songs were like More Than a Feeling and
Don't Look Back, I think.
Yeah.
Is that on the second one?
I don't know.
Maybe the second one. But like it was like Smoking, Rock and Roll Band.
It's like the first 5 tracks. It's like, gosh,
Yeah.
What is it? I wonder what it feels like to make a record like that, to be like,
Yeah. See, that record is so fucking good. It really is, and it's underrated. And I think like a lot of people misunderstand Boston because they did like the power ballad Amanda in the later 80s, and people thought it was being kind of cheesy.
See, I feel like I missed out on some of the 80s music.
Yeah.
I really did.
Well, I missed out too.
Yeah. I just haven't dug in. I don't guess I've missed out. I haven't dug into it,
Yeah.
Like I'm a lot more familiar with like the Born to Runs and the that was Born in the USA's 80s though, huh?
Yeah, that's like 84.
Okay. And the Greetings from like I love the Springsteen stuff.
Yeah. See, the Springsteen stuff too, that's like all over the map as far as years. And that's like to me, like maybe more than anything else, the hardest thing to try and not necessarily comprehend, but like to I guess figure out is how like time before you were born, or like time before you think about time, and like trying to figure out when records came out. Because like I think like one of the hardest things to do is like right now, if you were just introduced to Springsteen, you're kind of like introduced to everything that he ever had at one time. So like everything from 73 or so, 72 or whatever his first record is, to now is kind of like in one lump sum. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
versus like getting it like put out
sometimes
one at a time, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like there's in a lot of ways there's like no difference between born in the USA and born to run. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it, like that's something I've had a hard time trying to always grasp is figuring out the time thing, because there's so many bands like that, like Zeppelin, Beatles, even a guy like Guy Clark. It's hard to like figure out all the time between records, if you will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I really, like, when I hear, like, records, I want to know who they were then. Like, I want to, like, you know, see them then to now, and I want to know what their life was like then, you know? Because I guess that's kind of those records are kind of a chapter of that part of their life. But I really want to, like, I don't know, even, like, this is how much I look up to some of those Lubbock guys. Like, I'd watch videos of, like, Will and the Dangerous Man and Caroline Day, or the Misunderstood, and watching the old videos at Blue Light or wherever.
Yeah, like there's like I know there's a few channels of like old Blue Light videos, and I'm talking like of like Ryan Bingham and stuff.
And like back before they had the curtains in the back and the
well, before anything was painted and any of that kind of stuff. And there's some like old Jonathan Tyler videos where like no one's here kind of thing.
Really?
You know? Yeah.
Wow, that's, I mean, it's cool how the artists have grown with the venue.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, even before I moved here, I never planned on. I didn't like plan to come to Lubbock to play music. That was never. It was just kind of. I knew I wanted to go to Texas Tech because my dad went there, and just so happened I started playing music, and it was kind of a great little atmosphere. Like with the school, I mean, it's just great, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's just something unique about this area, and I guess just it's so remote in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I love it.
Well, I was telling, that's interesting that you would come here. I think a lot of people come obviously just for tech, and then like kind of fall into music. I think like that's like kind of more the traditional route of people coming up here. Like Pat Green, I don't think like Pat Green was necessarily like, oh, I'm going to go to Lubbock and start playing music up there, or like even like Wade. I think like it was just a education decision, and then they fell into music.
Yeah.
But I know like Cleto, it affected his decision to come up here.
Really?
Because he had seen like Josh Abbott and Willie Clark Green and all these other guys kind of have success and come out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so obviously he came for school too, but like it did have like a little bit of an impact why he came over here. And even like Dalton moved here because he had seen people play music, you know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so like I think there is something, I think that's a new thing, honestly.
Coming here to play music.
Because I've honestly like it's or at least like coming up here to maybe take advantage of being able to possibly play music, because obviously it's not like you can move up here and then part of the group and you know you're gonna have success right off the bat or something, you know. It's and that's obviously anywhere, but
I mean that's the way it was. Like I knew I wanted to come to Tech, and then Dylan and we were playing around Fort Worth and I mean there's nowhere to play in Santo, you know. But we'd play every taco shop or whatever we could get in, and then that kind of started going on, and we'd have some band gigs, you know. We'd play Bostocks in Stephenville or wherever, and then I guess we moved off, and those guys stayed, but Dylan and Morgan also came up here, and Morgan's a year younger, and it's kind of just fallen together luckily. I don't know, I'm always scared. I don't know, I'm paranoid about things always, but like I'm always like, what if things go wrong? Like what if I can't write another? I worry I might never write another song again, you know. I worry about that. I don't know why, but I'm weird like that, I guess.
Just irrationally paranoid about stuff. I can get that, because like I think everyone honestly has irrational fears, just like in the just dumb stuff. I don't know.
I mean, I
was gonna be like, here's one of my irrational fears, and then I was gonna be. Then I decided, nah, let's not.
Just keep that
way.
one in. Nah. But I just enjoy doing it, and if I'm really bad about if I'm not crazy about it, I don't care. Like I'm not gonna give I mean that might be me being lazy. I don't know, but like if it's writing songs and getting out and playing shows. It's all I
Yeah.
can think about. I'm obsessed over it, so I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah. I mean, I think like that's I have a where I get insanely and ridiculously passionate about something, and then that's all I do for a while. You know what I mean? And I think that's something. It's like it has to be, part crazy. But I think a lot of musicians are like that, or a lot of artists in general. I'm not even gonna say I'm an artist, but a lot of artists get crazy like that, where they become obsessive about something, and it's what drives them. I guess that's what I was saying too about. You were like saying, the isolation up here. I was talking with Dalton about that, and moving up here, like the music scene up here, the isolation is a big part, and the kind of just like kind of being beautiful and also kind of being ugly, right?
Yeah.
And it's this weird mixture up here, and obviously the music scene and all that kind of stuff. But what I told him too is like the underrated thing that makes Lubbock music is the spite, and it's the being told that you shouldn't do this, or like you can't do this, and I think that there's something too where, especially back in the day, a lot of people like looked at you from being from Lubbock, like in this like novelty kind of way, like, oh my God, you're from Lubbock, you survived out there.
Yeah,
like
still ride horses everywhere.
Yeah, like there's just dust in the air all the time.
Yeah.
Is it just like blocked out the sun?
Yeah.
And there's a church on every corner, and there's and
I mean, people talk bad about the weather. I'm like, it's not humid here. This is nice,
Yeah. But like, it used to be way worse, here in Lubbock. You know what I mean? As far as just like how conservative it was, and how Lubbock used to be a smaller town. You know what I mean? Like hell, it's grown so much, probably even since you've been out here. But it used to be way smaller, more conservative. And think about this: like 10 years ago, it used to be dry. It used to be like a dry city, and people would have to like either just go to the bar or go and buy it out on the strip, or like in outside of just outside the city limits kind of stuff. And that's what's crazy, I think.
And I kind of have a weird interest in the dry thing. Like, I want to get to know like the Hub City Shakedown, like kind of shakedown, and like I really want to kind of know the story. Like, I used to hear stories about like the Maines brothers playing out on the strip because people could go. Yeah. And I really want to get into that and learn about it and possibly write about it. I don't know why, but I just want to know. Yeah. Because I've gotten to meet a few of the Maines, and they've just been the nicest people. You know? And I want to know that history.
Well, that's the thing too. Is I was gonna say is like all the old Lubbock guys are, like, they're super approachable, and you can email them, or like if you just see them around town, talk to them. And like anytime like I've needed anything to speak about, or like interview them, it's been the best. You know what I mean? As far as just like them being able to talk with you, because I think like that's something too. Is like back then there was actually like people who didn't want them to play, or like thought they were crazy for playing and stuff like that. And so now it's only now that they're finally getting a lot of the respect. If you look at like Terry Allen's Lubbock on Everything and Juarez, they were reissued just I guess like last year, and of course like that gave him such a, like, it was people finally giving a shit about his music. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think like he really appreciated that.
When that came out, did it have a real impact or anything at the time?
It had an impact in where it was like in Rolling Stone, and it was like just kind of artists kind of knew about it, and like if you're like really into like singer-song, or if you're into songwriting, you know what I mean? But it wasn't like, if you think about like when it came out, it was 1979 when Lubbock on Everything came out. So that is, I'm trying to think of like what country music probably was.
That'd be like the Don Williams type.
Yeah, in a way, but it's also I guess like overall you think about it too, is like that's disco era.
Okay.
So like that disco era had a impact on country. I would say like it's more in the vein of like Ronnie Millsap stuff. Okay. You know what I mean? Where it's like it's kind of like what it is today, where like it's not country really.
Yeah.
You know, but everyone looks back and be like, Ronnie Millsap, he's fucking awesome. And it's like, yeah, he is, but that wasn't country either. Yeah. So I think like, and of course like people around here, if you go around and ask people about who Terry Allen is, a lot of people are still going to be like, who are you talking about? I have no idea.
And I hear a lot of artists in our scene, especially talking about that album.
Yeah.
And the Juarez and everything like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hear people have a lot of respect.
Yeah.
For that. And I've listened to him, but I haven't just dug in and listened to him front to back. Like I know the Amarillo Highways and stuff like that, but I need to dig in.
Yeah. I think it's one of those records, honestly, that like you're not going to get the first couple times you listen through. You have to sit there and listen, and you have to kind of like, honestly, like I don't want to be like, you know, saying, oh, you got to live here to understand it. But I think that living around in West Texas gives you a little bit more insight on some of the stuff, or like, you know, just getting older, you think like, oh, I get that now. Okay, like, oh, I never really thought about that. Like, you know what I mean? It's just stuff like that you kind of realize.
I've enjoyed like getting to know Lubbock and like the people, and like I've really, I'm in the ag college, you know, so just trying to get through, you know, and I've met a lot of kids that are from the smaller towns from around here, and I've kind of gotten to know that lifestyle, and know how they've grown up, and it's really cool. They're the nicest people, you know, and Lubbock, coming from a small town, and coming here,
how many people live in
300 or so, 300, 400 maybe, maybe 400, I don't know. 399 now, I don't know. But it's been a great adjustment, you know, not feeling too overwhelmed. Like I haven't spent a whole lot of time in like Austin and places like that, but I just feel like I'd be fish out of the water, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it is weird, like going down to Austin, seeing how much it's changed over the years, and I mean, like even people, it's changed so much since like the 90s and stuff like that. And it's not like I was hanging out in the 90s or anything, but people back then talk about how much of a small town it was.
Really?
Or like in the 80s, like it was, especially like during the 70s, like whenever Willie moved back down there, it was more of a small town. And I kind of feel like that's what maybe Lubbock is right now, where it's small enough where you can drive around and
get around the loop pretty quick.
Yeah. The only thing right now is like Marcia Sharp is tore up.
And the traffic on 19th.
Yeah.
Or the road work to put bricks in the road. But
yeah. All of that, I don't know. I feel like the one thing I will complain about the Marcia Sharp stuff is like, why didn't they make it 3-lane to begin with? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you had to have seen that.
I mean, you need to plan for growth, but
yeah,
I guess sometimes hindsight's 20/20, but
yeah,
I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't know how they make roads anyway, so I'm kind of. But I don't know. I love Lubbock. I mean, I would definitely want to live here for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't plan on moving for the next long time. I mean, when I graduate, I don't plan on going anywhere. You know? So that's kind of.
I think like Flatlands kind of had that good idea too of like, hey, we don't have to move.
Stick around for a while, yeah.
And you know, it makes sense to just.
I mean, maybe eventually like move to Fort Worth. You know, wherever. Yeah. I mean, you're right on I-35 and 20. You know, but like for a while, I mean, get away.
I think you live in Lubbock as long as you can, and then you move away when it makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it makes sense to, on the routing aspect of like,
when you got people having to drive 8 hours to bus call or whatever you have. So
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I get that. So I mean, and then you have to play, unless you're playing Amarillo, you have to drive 5 hours at least every show. You know?
Yeah.
So
have y'all played down in Midland, Odessa?
Yeah.
How is that like compared to here? Or
I feel like the people are different. It's a lot more. It's pretty blue collar down there, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I think it's like rougher blue collar though.
That's what you're right. Yeah, 100%. But they're fun. They come for a good time. Like when they show up, they're ready to. Yeah. Like they're ready to have some beers and have a good time, you know.
But see, like I'm from Fort Stockton, so that's further south than Midland, Odessa, and that's what I've always told people is like, yeah, Lubbock is West Texas and like Fort Stockton's West Texas, but there is a hard break somewhere between Odessa and Andrews and like Midland, Lamesa, kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a hard break between the people, and they may all be like blue collar, but I think that maybe farming has like up here is I'm not gonna say easier because it's not, but it's like it's mellowed out people a little bit more.
FX kind of homegrown.
Because like if you're roughnecking out there, I think like you're just you got to be like a fucking harder person, maybe.
Yeah,
you gotta But and I think like that affects like the crowd obviously. And, like
I mean, I always enjoy playing Midland. I mean, it's I don't know why I enjoy Midland every time. We have a good time down there, but it's definitely a different crowd. But we get along with them, I guess. Yeah. So far, anyways.
Yeah, I think like Midland, Odessa, like it's one of those where, you need to talk with Danny Saja and like Michael Mode about Odessa, as far as just like being rough places.
Okay, they had some stories from there.
Yeah, well, like they're both from there.
Okay.
Yeah, they're both from Odessa. I know Danny. Like I guess he moved to Andrews at some point, but yeah, Odessa. So that's why they're maybe a little crazier than the rest of us. But
yeah, I haven't spent a whole lot. The only time I've only been the times where we're in town playing. I've never gone to sightsee or anything.
Oh, there's no sightseeing.
Let's watch that pump jack out there.
Yeah, there's no real sightseeing.
But I mean, I do love the sunsets in West Texas. I mean, I know it's cliche, everything, but like, I think that's the best part, honestly.
Yeah.
But the one thing, we live in like a smaller little in the street, like Slide and Ninth, you know. But I do kind of miss kind of seeing like the plains. Yeah. You know, so that's kind of my thing, and watching the leaves change. But there's not a whole lot of
not a lot of leaves.
A lot of leaves to watch around here.
Yeah.
But I love it. You know.
Yeah, I live in town too, and I've been wanting to like move further outside of town. You know, we can kind of get away from the quote hustle and bustle.
Yeah.
But like honestly, it's just like buildings in the way. You know what I mean? Where you're just like, come on.
Yeah, but then again, sometimes it's really convenient when you're wanting that Whataburger or whatever. You know.
Yeah. Well, the thing that's one of the little things I've not really talked about on any of this stuff. I don't understand. That's one of my complaints about Lubbock is that at night, there's only for late night food, and I feel like it's a missed opportunity by some restaurant or just some cook or somebody to bank on being open from like 8 to 8.
Yeah.
8 p.m. to 8 a.m.
I agree, because the college nightlife, you know, they're always, you can't go to Whataburger at 1 in the morning without having to wait.
Yeah.
In line, so why not give them somewhere else?
It's a circus.
Yeah, exactly. They got police in there.
Denny's and like IHOP, those are circuses. I mean,
yeah. If somebody ever tells me to quit playing music, I'm gonna put Taco Casa in Lubbock. I've already decided that.
Yeah. What? You have anything to play? You want to play something?
Yeah, I can play one we wrote on that retreat, or something, or some off the new record. Either one.
Yeah, whatever you want to choose.
Maggie's cheeks are burning red around her cigarette. She'd leave him if she got the chance, but hadn't found one yet. Married on the cobblestone in 1928. Lost before they knew it in the Hub City shakedown. Well, Eddie's working late at night, a pistol in his belt. Sneaking to the easy speak so no one tries to tell. Maggie's found another man who doesn't make her wait. Just another victim of the Hub City shakedown. We're sliding down 9th Street, running from the law. Say keep your nose clean and you won't get caught. One day, boy, you know your luck's bound to run out. Eddie's final ante-up was one he didn't win. Time he never met his dad, cause mama turned him in. Now Maggie's got the silver, it was saving in the bank, cause Eddie wasn't planning on the Hub City shakedown. Sliding down 9th Street, running from the law. Say keep your nose clean and you won't get caught. One day, boy, you know your luck's bound to run out. Oh, sliding down 9th Street, running from the law. Say keep your nose clean and you won't get caught. One day, boy, you know your luck's bound to run out. In the Hub City Shakedown, the Hub City Shakedown.